Hey everybody, it's Tafony here once again. Hope you're doing well. Today we're on with the Korg Volca Drum. It is a 6-voice drum digital percussive synthesizer and it sounds like this. Okay, I love my FM drums. I love the lineage of the elect tribes that I feel is very strong in the Volca drum. If and when I miss your favorite feature or misrepresent something you really like about it, just shout it on the comments. I'm no expert, I'm no journalist. Don't send me an angry email about it. I probably got it wrong. That being said, I really want to make this video and I think we can have a nice fun jam with it, exploring it, having some good times with it, and maybe we can all remember back to, oh yeah, I remember when I had Volca drum, because I had lots of Volcas back in the beginning and it's been a long time, so I am excited to jam it out here. It is a very full-featured drum synthesizer. I'm thinking like Electribe ER1, you know, on paper at least, it's not so different here. Let's get into it. So every voice has two layers. Let's bring up the volume on this one. So we have layer 1. I'm going to try and not make any serial experiments, lane references in there, but we just might. You have pitch. Very FM noises. Sorry, I keep hitting the second part, but we're just on layer 1 of part 1. If you go over to layer 2, we shouldn't hear this because I intentionally tried to turn it all the way down. Oh, but I did not. Okay, here comes layer 2 is off now. Layer 1 and 2, you get this macro control, so it's blinking to show you the different options, and you can actually change the whole voice at once. Doing that, you don't have to individually dive into the layers, but I do want to show you one individual layer to start. So I'm skipping over the mod and envelope generator sections just to show you there is the select parameter, which controls the 3 different rows at the same time here. And that's, I'll say, if there's anything that's finicky about the compactness of the Volca drum, it is that. It's that you have to change all of these with one knob. So you kind of got to go into this thinking, okay, I want to move that sine wave over to that saw wave. I want to keep the mod the same, so we'll just kind of scroll through until we did just that. So now we have a saw, and then this last one is noise. But then you get different modulation, and I believe it's kind of like 2-op FM, but we'll put it back into an oscillator instead of the noise quick. And I think, so we have that one envelope generator is for the VCA decay, I believe, but you get different shapes. So this one is less triangle-y and has a more sloped exponential decay. This one kind of has a transient at the beginning, which you don't really hear too much right now, but if we go over to mod, you get like that classic, sorry, I keep triggering the second part. You get that classic like 2-op FM sine wave modulating a sine wave, and you can do amount. And again, classic FM. And rate. So if you were thinking like a complex oscillator or just 2 oscillators, you consider like there's like the shape of the source is a sine wave, the shape of the modulator is another sine wave. In my case, it kind of suggests you use this envelope for simplicity probably, but classic FM, you can control that modulator's pitch via the rate knob and the amount. You can actually modulate negative. it gets really crazy. And again, I think it's exponential because my pitch is shifting up. It's not like through zero. But it very quickly pitches up pretty high when you get into those. So if I'm designing a kick, I probably don't want to be using any of those. You get this like crazy random shape too. And this is just one layer of 6 voices. So when I add a second layer, maybe I won't go that crazy to start. There. We kind of get this transient click, right? So maybe we'll make a kick out of that. So on the second layer, I'll turn up the volume on it. It's noise. Maybe let's get it back down to a sine wave for some kick action. I want my modulator to be those envelopes again, right? So we'll pitch that down. So we'll turn this volume all the way up, and they'll switch over to that noise layer and turn that level down so it's more subtle. Because I do like a little bit of a transient clack on the front, but I don't want it to overpower the other layer. So let's go over to layer 2. We're getting into kick territory. We've got attack, release, envelope, and I believe this applies to both the layers. So we got no attack. Oh no, it doesn't. It's separate. So this is applying it to layer 1 and 2 when I'm on the lay-1, 2. I want to edit it individually. I'll just make that transient super short. So just like a little noise at the beginning. And bring in a little bit of FM, not that much. Yeah, there we go. Maybe a little more release. More. Pitch it down a bit. And yeah, this is not a classic kick, but I feel like some of my favorite Volca-isms are to just get really wacky with it, and I appreciate that. If we go into the record, no, we want to edit step. So you can do parameter locks, like electron style ones, and that's effing crazy. So if I wanted to just make changes to a single step, you could use one voice as your entire drum kit and make a linear sequence, and you get 2 layers per voice times 6. Like that is an insane amount of depth. But realistically, I think the fun of the Volca drum kind of comes from just being improvisational, if I can say that word wrong. We'll come in here and do randomization as well. So here's what I made manually, but you can come in here and randomize this layer. It surprisingly yields some pretty great results sometimes, so what I want to do is actually randomize both. So we'll go over to the layer 1-2. Don't hear anything right now, might just be 2, pitch down, randomize our layer. Check pattern, I don't know why. We've randomized. Go over to layer 1 and randomize the layer. And then I also want to mute. Let's just get down to our first layer so we can hear what we're actually changing. So we'll go to step 1, randomize layer. Randomize the other layer. Randomize both. Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice kick. Oh, there's so much attack though. Let's take that attack off. This is honestly... Give me a kick. Okay, one last time, let's go into layer 1, 2 and hit randomize. We'll hit play. There is a proper kick. Yeah. It's got a little bit of a interesting transient thing going on the top of it, which is kind of what's nice about the randomness, right? Let's bring in some other parts. And if I go over to another voice, I'll go into edit step. We'll add a bunch of steps in. Actually, there's quite a few on there already, but if we hit play, am I muted? No, mute is here. Bring in that snare sound. It's kind of hatty. Maybe we'll just go in and randomize the layer. And make it a little less dense. And go over to another part. Hit play. No, edit step. No, we want to leave edit step, select part 3, add some triggers. I believe this is muted. Unmute that. Mute our hat track. Any track can be any voice you wanted. It's not limited to any of the other ones. But if we wanted to, say, make a edit step to 13, I think you can parameter lock this if you wanted to. We can also do motion record. So we can go function, motion is on if we record and play. This is pretty insane to me, this level of depth. Like, for that reason, I feel like the Volca can really grow with you. If you're brand new to it, you can start off just preset surfing, and then as you seek deeper sounds, you can go in and motion record it. That might even be above my depth, so let's try and get into that here. If I leave edit step mode, I'll go to the first voice. We'll hit record. Motion record should be on. We'll hit play. And I'll pitch it up. Yeah, so we recorded that in. And it's really easy. You can just come in here as well and clear the motion recording for that. Sometimes clearing motion recording, even in the Electron boxes, can be hard to find. It's really nice that they just put it on there so you can just find it easily. Because sometimes you might come in here when you didn't realize recording was on and, whoa, I changed the pitch. And then, oh, how do I get rid of it? Well, you can easily in this place using the clear part. Anyway, let's go in and try and recall a kit, and then we'll jam with it a bit. No rhyme intended. Then we'll get into the effects end. So let's go in. Load kit, I don't know. Oops, shift, load kit. Function load kit, let's go into kit 5. I don't know if these are the default kits or the previous owners, but hit play. I think I have some mutes going on. Let's... Yeah. I don't care too much for this pattern. Can we randomize the pattern? Oh, I guess the kit's the sounds, not the... Interesting. Sounds, not the sequence. Okay. Can you load program? Okay, so programs and kits are separate. That's actually really nice setup, right? Because you can... Oh, this is nice. the scratching ricka ricka through an FM drum is really cool. Yeah, but the nice thing about this is you can evolve your patch by changing kits. Oh, I'm saving kits. Load kits. Changing kits on the same pattern. Do it again. They're really like the scratch. Now, if we come in here, and performance mutes are a easy thing that I love to do, and I often forego song mode in favor of just muting it myself, we can do effects sends. So on the Volca Drum, you get some sort of tune here, which is like a Bucket Brigade tune, I believe. Oh, I'm not standing on the right voice. Let's stand on the first voice. Tune coming in. And I think... Yeah, this is sort of like a slapback delay sort of thing, right? So you can do different pitching and feedback. But then there's this body. Here, let's turn off the decay. The body is like... little bit of color to it. And these are also fun to motion sequence, so if we do record. Yeah. Play. Let's well, hold on. Let's mute that track, go over to track 3. No, let's go to track 4. Let's do some motion sequencing of this tuning. I wonder if that scratch effect before was actually this too. It's interesting, the record turns itself off automatically, I guess, after 2 bars, maybe? so you don't end up in that situation that I was talking about before, where you're accidentally writing stuff that you didn't want a motion sequence. That's cool. Let's bring that kick again. Mute over here. I bring some reverb from another effect. I feel like, and this goes for the beat as well, formidable drum machine on board, but you're gonna wanna like bring some distortion and reverb to these, right? And probably compression too. Like, this isn't unique to the Volca drum. This is the same thing that's in lack of compressor is something that's all the way up into the Pulsar 23. Like, it's kind of a thing in every drum machine, but it's cool. But it's just to say that maybe you want to grab some guitar pedals, even like pick one up, use for $20, like something like that. It's not an endorsement in any means. It's just to say that, like, if this is where your hardware journey is starting, maybe some effects are well needed, and I am going to demonstrate them now. Endorphins Ghost. Zoom it out here. DJ filter. Unmute some other tracks. Yeah. So yeah, just scratching the surface, but Volca drum, I just wanted to show you, give you some sort of idea of its, I don't know, its flavors. It's Clementine jumping on my desk, and tell you that it's a formidable drum machine. It's definitely worth checking out at all skill levels. Right, Clem? All right, I'm Tafony. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to jam this one out, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.